Well, here we go again, man. My name is David Hughes Jr. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys real quick about something that was on my mind, and you can see by the title of the video, this is gonna be like a money related video. I haven't forgotten about the people who subscribe to my channel for, you know what I'm saying, the money and the crypto content and stuff like that. But it won't be specifically toward that. It'll be towards the why do we do this? Why do we continue to put ourselves in positions to where we are in debt and we're not growing our wealth like we should be? And I feel like this is a very interesting conversation to have because my mind tells me to do certain things that I eventually don't do because I know that's in the best interest of my future. Like, I really wanted to buy a new car like lately. And so I guess this is where this video is going to be coming from. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't buy a new car. Could I afford to buy a new car? I can afford to buy whatever car I want. But at the same time, would it be for me? Would it be the best interest of me? No. I have great credit. Okay, I have great credit. Easily build up my credit by using credit card, paying off at the end of the month, being responsible with my money. Easy, man. Easy. Building credit is not hard. It just takes patience. Okay, and that's another topic for another day. But I just wanted to start it out that way because it's easy. It's easy to do. It's easy to do, and it's also easy to get caught up in managing your money incorrectly because we weren't taught in school to manage our money the right way. And that's my number one problem with the education system right now. Now, there are plenty other problems with the educational system right now, but that is my number one issue with the way the educational system is, because we don't learn about money the way we should. I don't think they taught us how to properly write a check until I was like at the end of my 12th grade year. And like, that's something that they did teach us eventually, but I barely remember us going over that, like maybe 1 or 2 classes to go over how to write a check. And then what about knowing how to open up a bank account? What about knowing how to open up a savings account? What's the difference between the two? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention in that class. Maybe that's what it is, but it wasn't emphasized enough for me to pay attention and remember it. A lot of the times we like to blame the students for not paying attention, but at the same time, when they regulate what they emphasize and they don't emphasize the stuff we really need to know outside of school, that's a problem. So I'm kind of getting off track a little bit, but it's very important to talk about how the school system is. Now, I don't blame teachers because a lot of times they teach what they're told to teach because that's just how it was regulated. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some private schools, they get to teach kind of what they want. In a sense, they still had to teach certain things, but they do have extra classes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I work at a PT clinic, and we kind of have like a contractual agreement. It's not like a buying contract or anything, but it's still a contractual agreement to work at a private school as well. So being at this private school, listening to what they learn and what I've learned in school just made me think about how we mismanage money. You know what I'm saying? But I will say a lot of times they got a lot of money, so they don't necessarily need to say information when they just got money like that. But either way, that's also I just be rambling sometimes, but at the end of the day, we don't necessarily handle our money the way that we need to. So to go back to the private school thing, they had class where they learned about stocks and they learned how to make money in the stock market, how the stock market worked. I did not know what the stock market was until, how old was I? Maybe 23. You know what I'm saying? 22 when I got out of college, not even in college. I didn't know what the stock market was. I heard about it, but I didn't know how it worked. And unless I did my research on YouTube, I would have never even started investing and started making my money later in Compound. Imagine if I would have got a job at 18 later Compound. Now I probably would have more money than I had now. Probably. They're not necessarily guaranteed, but probably, more than likely. But also, another thing that we do not learn that much is the effects of debt and how that affects you later on down the road, paying back school loans, college loans and stuff like that. That's a system that needs to be fixed as well, and I'll make a video on that, just detailing my opinions on that. But let's get back on the car situation. Y'all know I gotta go on a rant for a minute, but let's get back to the car situation. Now, the car that I'm riding in right now is a 1999 Honda Accord, and those are good vehicles. They last a long time, but you know, my transmission is having some issues. Not big issues, but when I hit the gas pedal, you know what I'm saying, if I don't just smooth my way into it, can give you like a little jump. You see how, you know what I'm saying, when you switching gears, man, y'all know how transmissions work. That is a thing that happens, okay? And it's not bad. It's nothing that cannot that prohibits me from driving a car, okay? Another thing, I need to replace the windshield. The windshield wipers knock against the car. I got to get that fixed. I'm gonna fix that myself. Let's see, what else? I think that's about everything that's huge with the car. Oh, at some point I will need to replace the what's it called? I can't even think of the name of it. I got all the paperwork. Either way, it's more problems with the car. I'll think of it in a second. The power steering. I knew it would come back to me. But anyway, those are things I need to do. So what would the normal person do when they have a lot of problems with the older car, 1999 Honda Accord, that probably is not worth more than $1,500 right now, just because of the wear and tear that I have put on the car? You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of different things you can do. You could go get another car, get a new car, or you can get another used car, or you can try to fix that car up. It's different scenarios. Now, I feel like what majority of people would do is go out, get a brand new car, 2020, that they can afford, but they don't necessarily need to buy that car. And I don't have anything against people who are buying vehicles new. I don't have any problem with y'all. You do what you do, okay? But at the same time, I have different goals that I want to achieve, and doing that will just set me back on those goals. Now, with that being said, there are plenty of different things that I could have done with my money over the times that I should have done that I did not do. And I'm working on myself to get these things fixed. Now, I'm not by any means saying that I'm perfect, but what I'm saying is I'm glad I didn't go through the decision to buy a new car. I'm very, very happy and satisfied that I did not go through that decision. So what did I do now? So I think the best option for me is to buy a used vehicle. Okay, and I want to buy one and try to save up and pay for it cash. Now, the best way to buy a car cash is to not buy a car cash, if that makes sense. What you do is you get it on credit, so it can build your credit up and you pay the entire thing off. I feel like that's the best way to do it for somebody like me who is very credit oriented and know that I would do it. But if you know that you're not good with handling credit and credit cards, you just don't need to worry about it until you get yourself financially responsible. But I feel like everybody should get to a point where they're financially responsible enough to handle a credit card. Okay, not going crazy with your money and spending over your needs. You know what I'm saying? You like spending, over what you can afford. You need to. Everybody should be able to do that at some point in your life, and spending money can be like a sickness sometimes. And you get on like Amazon or Walmart, man, you start swiping and spending money on stuff you don't even need, man. Next thing you know, you got 18 Amazon boxes at your house, enough to build a damn fort, but you're gonna be living in that fort when you get done with spending all your money because you can't afford your mortgage that month. But look, all I'm saying is that being more money aware is something that all of us need to get to. We all need to get to a point where we're all more money conscious. We need to know how much money you're spending, and we need to know how to allocate our money the correct way. So that's why going forward, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be doing my best to prioritize handling my money the correct way, which I've already been doing that, but I've been like riding a fine line of it. Like, I have a goal in my mind, and once I talk about this, I'll probably be done. I have a goal in my mind, and I'm just an average dude, and you gotta put your goals somewhere that you feel are attainable. And the goal for me is to one day have a net, and it's not just net income; it's a network. And it's not just net income, it's a network And my first goal is to have a net worth of $100,000. Not even just income, it's just a net worth of $100,000, which I believe is very, very obtainable. I feel like that's obtainable for most people to have a net worth of $100,000. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that'll only take a few years to do once I get out of my student loan debt. And that's the thing about it. Debt factors into your net worth, okay? And so the first thing is to pay that off, and not buying the car will help me pay it off faster. I bet you're wondering like, what they got to do with not buying a car? Okay, and all this has something to do with the subject of not buying a car. Okay, I promise. So that is the first step. Okay, not putting myself in more debt. That is the first step. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to pay those student loans off. I have money saved up right now, ready to put money on the student loans. We're just waiting to see what's gonna happen with that. But like I said, man, look, we got to be more conscious with our money. So I feel like everybody should have a goal in terms of saving money in their mind. And the reason why you want to save money is not just for the love of money. It's so eventually you can get to where you can have that money, retire, work for yourself, and move as you want to move. Now, just because you're retired doesn't mean you stop working. Okay, people get that misconstrued all the time. Just because you retire don't mean you stop. Retired just means you don't have to work anymore. That don't mean you got to stop working. I could be retired and be drawing a check and still be working, making more money on the side. So people get that misunderstood all the time. But I just want to know your thoughts and opinions on just the system that we have in terms of learning about money. I'm just glad I didn't buy a new car. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a used one at some point in time, but right now I think that Honda's gonna ride just fine. Thank you guys for watching, man. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, man. Leave a like on this video. I appreciate everything that y'all been doing so far. We're on the way to 300 subscribers. If we're already there, then this video must have came out later because I decided to push it back. So thank you guys, man. I'll see you in the next video. Continue to grind, continue to shine.